I'm Michelle Gilles, and this is Chino. Chino is a Tehachapi Mountain Horse, believed to be maybe 8 or 9-ish, right in there. He went to Monica Whitmer for a little while. She did the work of getting the halter and teaching him to lead and get on a trailer. And I believe that's kind of about what she's done with him. She said he's a little bit reactive. He's here with me to learn how to be a riding horse. We're going to video each day what we do to kind of show people what we do with a wild horse when we train them. He is pretty much a wild horse. The Tehachapi Mountain Horses roam in the Tehachapi Mountains of all places, and they are believed to be of Morgan descent. They're really awesome little horses. They make somebody great little riding horses, cow horses. They're smart, they're eager to learn, and very willing, and that's what I'm going to show in these series of videos. So today is day one, and as you see, I got a lot going on with the road. I'm going to work him right here in his stall. I like a smaller area to work my horses when I first get them, and they're wild horses. Even though he's had the halter put on and he's been led, he's still very standoffish and he doesn't want me to really approach him. So all I'm doing today is filling out his personality, seeing what he likes, what he doesn't like, just seeing how curious he is of me. I'm just moving him around, moving around him, and I'm watching, and what I like is he likes to face me. I really, really like that. And if you watch, I can kind of get him to take a step towards me, which I like that too. I'm going to just kind of come over here. I'm going to put my hand out, and I want to see his curiosity levels. I'm going to step back, just using approach and retreat. I'm going to just see what he does here. He stepped away from me, so I'm just going to kind of step over this way. See, he's following me. I'm not going to approach him to touch him. I would rather him come touch me. So he doesn't want to touch me there. He just kind of wants to move away from me. So we're going to step back away from him. And doing this slow approach and retreat will help make him an easier horse to be caught. Nobody likes to chase their horse for hours in the pasture. It's never fun. My daughter does it a lot with her Arab. There, he's giving me signs he's curious about my scent. See his little nostrils there. I know we're kind of shaded here, but it's like 90 degrees and hot. He's going to come around this way. Just going to keep moving. Here he came towards me. One step. Good boy. And most of these are going to be done with my GoPro, but I'm not very tech savvy, and I haven't got it all the way set up where I can use it easily. So today we're just going to use my phone, and I'm trying to give you a view of what it's like to be in the pen with a horse that's not really willing to let humans come in contact with them. Again, we're going to step up, and all I'm looking is for him to touch me. Step back, step up, talk to him. You're all right, boy. Easy. Step back. There, he's coming towards me, right there. That's all I'm looking for. I don't want to go after him because he's a flight animal, and I don't want him to think that I'm a predator going after him, so I want him to come towards me. I'm giving him the power to step towards me. Now, of course, I'm putting my hand out. Ooh, that's good. I'm encouraging him to come forward. I'm letting him see that he has the power to come to me. And I could come in this pen and I could rope him. That's real easy. Boom, roped. Got the rope around his neck. But then, when he's out on 100 acres, what's going to happen? He's not going to be so easy to rope. So I want him to have the reward and the positive experience of coming forward towards me. I try to build with positive reinforcement. Now, you know, people always say that's called rainbows and butterfly type training, and really it's not. It's working with the horse's instincts and letting them see that we're not going to go after them and trying to eliminate some of that flight drive. Good boy. Because that flight drive is what gets us in trouble when, oh, here he comes. Good boy. When they're out on the trail. If they see something that scares them, flight kicks in and they run. By helping them learn to not rely on that flight instinct will make you a more solid horse. And some horses have a higher flight instinct than most, and these Tehachapi Mountain Horses really don't have a huge flight instinct. They live in a pretty good little world out where they're at. The grass is gorgeous out there. They got people who care for them greatly. I mean, everything about their life out there. I mean, heck, if I could die and become a horse, I'd come back as a Tehachapi Mountain Horse and live out there. Even the roundup, people think that it's a lot like the BLM horses, and the roundup's not even stressful on them. They wait for them to come down into the meadow where they have some pens set up, and they lure them in with some hay. And once the horses are in, they shut the gates, and then they sort through them. And it's a very quiet, gentle process. The horses are very calm. They're never ran. They're never excited. They're just gently moved around. And it's a really good process that they use. And a lot of people ask me, well, is he a Mustang? Well, definition of a Mustang is a horse of Spanish descent that runs wild through the United States. Well, these horses come from Morgan bloodlines, and there were several Morgan farms around the Tehachapi Mountains, and just over time these horses ended up getting out and loose in the mountains. So yes, I mean, in a way you could say they're a Mustang, not a BLM Mustang, but they're a Mustang in a way, but by definition they're just technically a feral horse. But they're really cool horses. And we're just looking. Oh, he's thinking. I like that he's thinking. And the flies are kind of bugging him because, you know, he's never had fly spray. And we have all the vineyards, see the vineyards and the fruit trees around. So we have a lot of flies. So we're just going to have to get him to trust us enough to spray for those flies. So he's stepping away, and I just want to talk to him. Get him to come towards me. I'll take that. Teach him that. Here he comes, here he comes. Good boy. That's all I was asking. He touched me, I didn't touch him. He's seeing that I am not going to go after him, that I am not a predator. And we're going to build upon that. Slow baby steps. To me, this is some of the funnest part with the wild horses. Here he goes again. Good boy. Good boy. We're just doing approach and retreat. And the idea of the approach and retreat is to get him to latch on and want to be near me, with me, and see that I'm okay. I want to think, oh, this is going to be my new herd. I like her. I want to be with her. He stepped back, so I come this way. See how he steps in as I retreat? I don't want him to ever feel like he has to retreat from me at this moment. I want him to think, oh, I like this person. I want to be with her. Move my feet a little bit, get him thinking. He's kind of just standing there. Here, I like that he loves to face me. Here he comes, visiting. Good boy. That was a little bit of a longer visit. Good boy. Here he comes. I'm not even asking. He's coming to say hi. I know they're Chino. I know those flies. They're pesky. These guys are pretty athletic horses. They're stout. They're short, stout little stocky bodies. I really like that. They got the real Spanish nose. And we had a touch that I initiated. He did not. He was a little not sure about it, so I went a little fast. And the goal for today is for him to let me just kind of rub on him a little bit. Now, I'm not going to fly spray him, even though they're driving him nuts, because he doesn't understand that yet. So it would just trying to traumatize him a little bit. We're going to get to that. He's got to trust me. And if he doesn't trust me to catch him and pet him, he is not going to trust me to fly spray him. So it's just not going to turn out to be a positive. And you see, we're just inches away from each other here. Letting him smell me. Letting him get to know my scent. Had to switch over because we ran out of video space, so we're back at it. And again, we're just doing the approach and retreat to get him to trust us to approach him. Just put the hand out. He's coming to me. He's doing really good with that. Good boy. He's liking that now. So approach and retreat, approach and retreat. He's stepping away. I'm going to step away. See how that draws his eye back. Step away, draw his eye back to me. Oh, there, he's coming towards me. And we're just getting the first communications with him. We're rubbing him. Good boy. And again, I said I could rope him, and that's just not where we need to be right now. And I'm not saying roping these horses is bad. If I had one that I needed to get something done with in a hurry, I would do it. But right now, I'm not in a hurry. I'm not wanting to take any shortcuts, because to me, in my opinion, roping one like this, that's a shortcut. And there are occasions where we need that shortcut. If I have a Mustang I'm doing a makeover with and I only have 100 days, yeah, those are times that you need to take a little bit of a shortcut. Do it safe, in a safe manner, in a calm manner. And those are shortcuts that are okay for some circumstances. Again, retreat. He's doing really good with this. I'm really liking where he's at. And now we're going to address a little bit about having his halter on. You know, there's circumstances where sometimes you need to have a halter on him. I'm not an advocate for having the halter on. At the end of the session, we're going to take this halter off. But the reason he has a halter on is because he's a wild horse. And if he gets injured, he gets hurt, something happens, he needs to have this halter on so I can get my hands on him. Now we're in a pipe fence. It's safe for him. But that's the only time I will ever leave a halter on one, is when you have to hurry up and get your hands on one in a hurry because something happened. Catastrophe happened, they're injured, they're sick, they're colicking. But I'm not an advocate for leaving them on any longer than necessary. So there is a reason his halter is on right now, and that's because these circumstances deem it's safer for him to have it on than to not. I used to be an advocate for never leave the halter on. And one time I was doing a Mustang makeover and I picked up the Mustang, and the vet there said, this horse could possibly colic because he was pretty thin, and you're going to have to get your hands on him fast. You need to leave that halter and lead on so you can get your hands on him fast if something happens. And I've also learned from a tragic experience. We had a Mustang makeover family actually have a rollover with their Mustangs in the trailer on their way back home. And thankfully they had halters and leads on, and if they did not have those halters and leads on, it could have been a bigger disaster. Fortunately, nobody was hurt. The family lost their trailer. Their horses were safe, and they were safe. And thankfully they had the halter and lead so somebody could get their hands on them and be able to switch them trailers. And we have a lot going on, and he's actually being pretty accepting of everything. He's being really good. He's allowing me to approach. He's coming to me. He says, save me from these flies, lady. Save me. That's what he's saying. And I'm liking this right here. So from not letting me approach him to touch him, to approaching me for the touch. And that's why I do the approach and the retreat, because it really gets them wanting to come to you. Once they want to come to you, the real training can begin. And unfortunately, so many people get into a hurry. They want to throw a rope around them, drag them in, and that horse never truly learns to get caught because it wasn't a positive experience. And this is what I'm looking for, is the positive experience. Approach and retreat. Yes, it takes longer. Yes, it's a little slower in the beginning. In the long run, once I have a horse here that wants to work, I don't have to spend an hour out in the back of the 40 trying to chase my horse down. Something that drives me crazy more than anything is a horse that won't let you catch it. Not fun. And as you can see, approaching him now and loving on him isn't a big thing. We'll we're going to probably try to expedite that fly spray thing. Maybe try to get him fly sprayed by the end of today, first thing tomorrow. But I just don't want him to be scared. He's going to have to learn. It's okay, but look at that. There we go. Good job, Chino. So I'm going to do it one more time. Step in here, and we're going to call it a day for him right now. See if he'll want to come up to me a little bit here. Good. There it is. Good boy, Chino. All right. There he's following me. This is a very good note to end the session on at the moment. Until we do the next session, this is Michelle Gilles and Chino's first day together. And I think it went pretty well.